Okay, Skip, so we were just talking about how your team leader encouraged you to become a teacher, to show other people the success path as to how you became so successful as an agent. And I'm sure that gave you some insight that very quickly you were going to be able to make a transition from being an agent to being an owner as well.
Yeah, that's right, John. During that experience, I actually got to grow even further. Like I mentioned, I was walking around with a pretty big head, and what I really learned from that experience is when I started having to deliver in front of a group of peers, I had to really master the material. I had to become a master of that particular subject, and it forced me to become better at what I was actually doing.
Right.
And as a result, I continued to grow in my business. And then in our company, we have the Agent Leadership Council.
So that board of directors that oversees the
yes.
activities of the market center and the agents and the trainings and that kind of thing.
Yeah,
right?
and they're involved in the business decisions.
Right.
And actually, one of the standard for becoming eligible to serve on the board of directors or the Agent Leadership Council is that you must be in the top 20% of production in your market center.
So you made that pretty quickly, within a couple of years.
I did, yes. I was actually, within that first year, I became eligible, and that was really where I began to further develop my leadership skills and to hone in my business knowledge, because as a leader there, I actually became the financial chair. And I started to learn a lot more about the numbers of a market center, and that I got excited about those. And I'm looking at those opportunities, and the more I looked at it, I said, "Boy, this is something I really am dreaming about now."
Your dream was maybe 15 years down the road. Within a few years, you're already seeing how the numbers worked and how being an owner could be very beneficial not only to you and your family, but to the entire market center.
Right, and I was becoming more and more confident that could become a reality sooner than I had ever anticipated. And here's the thing: there was an opportunity here in Worcester, and I watched several people try to capitalize on that opportunity, and for one reason or another, they just didn't work. Didn't work for them. Yeah. They weren't the right person, and so our team leader came to our ALC and said, "Look, guys, there's an opportunity here. Somebody jump on this."
Right.
And I said to myself, you know what? I talked to my wife, and I said, I owe it to my family and my kids and to myself to at least take one step. And that's what I did. And I went and talked to the regional director, tapped him on the shoulder, and said, I mentioned a long time ago when I first got in that someday I'd knock you on the shoulder, and here I am. Tell me more. What do I need to learn?
Wow. And how far into your real estate career was that at that point?
That was 2 years down the road, so I've been in the business for 2 years.
So you've been an agent for 2 years. You learned a tremendous amount, obviously, in those 2 years. You became a top producer in the office in those 2 years. And then this ownership opportunity comes up. And many people at that point might have said, well, I don't have enough experience, maybe I haven't been in the business long enough. But you have the foresight to know the numbers here and say, this is a wealth development opportunity for myself, for my family, for the other agents that are here.
Right.
And I'm going to step it up and make it happen. So that sounds to me like the process that you went through in a very quick period of time.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, John, I give a lot of credit to the training that I had here at Keller Williams, because really, I want to talk about a mindset thing. There was another person who was actually interested in investing in opening up that opportunity at the same time that I started to step forward. And this person had done it before, and they'd done it at a high level.
Wow.
And so I was hearing not only my own internal voice saying,
why would they pick me?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Right.
And yet I was also hearing it from family and friends and some of the colleagues in the industry. But it was the training that I got at Keller Williams, because we spent a lot of time talking about mindset, because really, after all, 90% of all of our success is due to directly in correspondence, my belief, to mindset.
Mindset, yeah.
And so I really credit that I also have to mention that I had great leaders to look up to and keep me focused on what I needed to do, and just make, how do you eat an elephant?
Here you go, one bite at a time.
One bite at a time. So that's the mentality that I had going into this.